Okay, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Thursday edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. You know it. Not that one. Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. I'm having way too much fun with this. Hang on. How about this? Wait, how about this? Wait. There we go. All right, hang on. Presented by, I only did that overlay. Anyway, presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. Restored Motions, RestoredMotions.com, and ProCharge EV, ProChargeEV.com. Okay, hope you had a great Wednesday night. We got a lot to get to here on the show today. Signing day in the books. LSU did not land Terry Bussey. That's a bummer, although not completely unsurprising. I was told, that missed out on Terry Bussey, but was told that A&M was just not going to lose him. The money people there were just determined. It would have been too much of an embarrassment considering everything that they had already lost in that class to LSU, right? So, whenever you consider Jordan Gilbert transferred, Gabe Relaford, Cohen Eccles, Weston Davis. I mean, LSU kind of pillaged A&M. And so they weren't going to lose Terry Bussey as well, a 5-star from the state of Texas that they had committed. They weren't going to lose another one to LSU. So, anyway, just one's fine. So they weren't going to lose another one. So I guess A&M ponied up and took care of him. But you look at this LSU class, man. It's hard not to be excited about it. Brian Kelly met with reporters on Wednesday, and on 3 ranks the LSU class as the number 4 class in the country. So you finish number 4 in the country. The composite, you're 7th nationally. You put the proverbial fence around Louisiana. Your new staff members finished really strong. You made a lot of inroads for 25 and beyond. So a lot to be excited about, man. A whole lot to be excited about with this class. And they're not done. The other thing Brian Kelly said that was really interesting was that, he said, look, this is a 7-day window. He said they may not be done right now. And I've told you all this before, but one of the things I was told was that Brad Davis was planning to bring 1, maybe 2 transfers with him. Brad Davis. I keep saying Brad. Bo Davis. Forgive me. Bo Davis. I'm going to make that mistake a bunch, but before I get it right, Bo Davis, defensive line. But we've talked about it, right? Wants, needs, musts. Well, the must is you got to get some interior defensive linemen. Brian Kelly talked about it. He said in spring they're planning on moving some offensive linemen to the defensive side. No sound? Okay, never mind. I'm sorry. I just looked. I saw Kelly Gross's comment said no sound. I was about to say y'all should have sound. Okay, y'all have sound. Y'all have sound, yeah. Okay, I would assume you would all be telling me if you didn't have sound right now. Yeah, no, we're good. We're good, right? We have sound. Yeah, we have sound. Tell me you have sound. Just give me thumbs up. Thumbs up if you have sound. I would assume if there was no sound, you all would be telling me there's no sound. Okay, good. Okay, thank you. Sorry. I just want to make sure. Okay, thank you. I figured you'd all be telling me about it if you couldn't hear me. So anyway, So signing day in the books, LSU basketball got thumped at Tennessee yesterday. That's no surprise. We've talked about this, y'all. LSU starting a 5-game swing here. That's going to be brutal. Like you're not going to be favored in any of these games. No crime in going on the road and losing at Tennessee. You lost by 20, 88-68. That's a great Tennessee team. They're at number 6 in the country, and that's a team that could be a Final Four team with the right draw and all that stuff. Flip side of it is Pels got a win last night on the road. By the way, all the years we've been talking to Jimmy, not only doing otter locks, just all one. He's never told me this angle before, but um, he's never told me this angle before, but it's one that I'm gonna pay attention to. He said when teams go on a long road swing and then come home, they fail to cover their first game home because you've been away, so that's family, and you're back home with the wife and the kids, and then family and tickets and everything. And it's like when the first game home is usually a struggle, which is interesting. I wouldn't have thought that, but hang on one second. Um, But, it makes a lot of sense, and there were 2 of those last night. One was the Pels. The Clippers had been on a long road swing. They come home for their first game. The Pels took care of them 117-106. And then the other was we were on Detroit, which hit as well. Detroit beat Sacramento 133 to 1, beat them by double digits. Sacramento was on the long road swing. They come home and they lost to the worst team in the NBA. So that's one that I got to file away, man, because I'm telling you what, the Pels are on a 4-game road swing right now. So the Pels they played at Clippers and they're at Lakers, Blazers, Grizz, and they're home on the 14th against the Wizards. I'll be taking the Wizards in that game. That was pretty fascinating to see. Um, anyway, okay, let's say some good mornings. You know the drill. Fire away. If you're on YouTube, please smash that like button. Facebook, please like. If you're new, subscribe to the channel. Facebook, please like the Matt Moscona page, share the post. Barry Jocelyn, Brian Wynn, Jason Horn, Kelly Gross, Jacob Thompson, Brian Broom, Wendell Norman. Good morning, y'all. B Rock, okay. William Moore, Gary Petrie, James McKinney. Good morning. Tiger Diver, morning Scone. With walkout songs dropping today, what would be your walkout song? Well, I would assume it would either be a Spoon Man or the After Further Review theme. Maybe that's chalk right there, considering those are my show opens. But I think if you're gonna do a walkout song, it's got to be something that's gonna get people going. So either of those would be good. Um, I might do something by the Black Eyed Peas because everything the Black Eyed Peas does, people seem to universally love and makes them get up and move. So that could be one. Um, you could always go something like Ari, um, Thunderstruck, AC/DC Thunderstruck would be cool too. I don't know. I have to think about it. Joseph Feltwell, sweet new setup. Thanks, man. Yeah, so we're getting all the kinks worked out as I'm learning all of this, and it's pretty cool to be able to play with all these things and like logos and whatnot. I could put that Brock logo there, but you see it gets kind of washed out right there. But the Hudco one, because it has a white background, shows up. That's why I'll sometimes show the banner here. Boom. It just takes up a lot of the screen. But anyway, as always, shout out to Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. If you need an orthopedist, go to Brock. They're the best. Where are we? Taylor Hudson, Jason Horn, Kelly Gross. Let's see. Jason Mabio, good morning. New setup is fire. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Kids love it. Bruce Parker, he put Texas A&M, the ampersand he put as a dollar sign. But yeah, Bruce, good for them. I wish we were in that same situation. I mean, y'all realize over the weekend LSU held its first NIL gala, right? The collective held a gala by traditions. It was at the indoor facility, black tie. They put tarps down over the field. All the coaches were there, everything, and they raised 400K one night, 400K, which seems great. And then you wake up on Monday, and Missouri has a donor who gives a one-time anonymous $62 million gift, 50 million for the stadium, 12 million for their collective. Like, I mean, there's a lot of places that got money, dude, and I wish LSU was in a better spot financially. Just a word. Joseph felt well. Let me find out you can play guitar. I mean, I've played guitar on here before. I don't think people care. I don't think people really want me to pick up the guitar and play. Um, but I mean, I will not right now though. Remind me on a Saturday or something. Drew's still sleeping. Um, and I don't think people really care. Um, if you're desperately aching for me to pick up the guitar back there and play a little, tell me, and I'll do 10 seconds. Um, Jason Mobile, any word from Ocho? No. So, Jason, I said this yesterday. I'm going to wait until after the Super Bowl to reach back out. I know he's in Vegas, and I'm not going to. I'm going to wait till things settle after the Super Bowl. Lance Richard, morning, Matt. First morning catch you live since the new setup. It's awesome. Way too fancy of a setup for morning. Trivia Carter, good morning. I said good morning. Thank you again. Thank you for what? Ryan Slayton, Brett Gidry, James Avery, Dalton Barnett, good morning. Bought my ticks for Sissy Blue Revenge game. Whiskey and wine after seems necessary, win or lose. I would love it. Come by and see us, man. You know where we'll be. Sissy Blue, of course, referring to UCLA after Ed Ogeron talked about their Sissy Blue shirts. Okay. Brad David, do you think Nick Saban will be a good fit on game day? How about that? Yeah, that was something yesterday that dropped. Nick Saban will be joining the college game day crew. I do. I think he's going to be great on college game day. I think Nick has always done really well on TV. It's one of the things that whenever when Alabama gets bounced out of the playoff or whatever, he's always he's gone and generally done set work with ESPN, and I think he's always done a really good job with that. And I've said that for years. Like he's going to be fantastic on TV, and it's going to be hard because people are going to love him because he's going to be good on TV. But yeah, no, I think he's gonna fit well. My question really is, who is he gonna replace? And I know Corso is kind of nearing the end of his run. Obviously, I mean the man's in his 80s, but and they've phased. I don't want to say phased him out. He's just done less, right? He's doing. They're not phasing him out. It's more he's doing what he's capable of doing. Um, but do they just pull up an extra chair? Does Saban take Corso's spot? I mean, keep in mind the reason McAfee is there is ultimately the eventual replacement for Corso. I mean, they're they're the showman, right? So anyway, Tucker Oliver, good morning, Matt. Didn't get a chance to say this yesterday, but after listening to your bit on the 2017 Stanford class, I looked it up, found it funny that Paulson Adebo was in that class. Okay. So we were doing a bit when uh, so Denver Harris is transferring to UTSA, Texas San Antonio. And I was essentially illustrating that they don't always get it right with 5 stars. Like a lot of LSU fans assumed Denver Harris was going to be great because he was a 5-star. And my point was they don't always get it right. So we just picked a class at random and went to like the 20. So we just picked the 2017 class and live on air ran through all the 5 stars. Apparently the big whiff was Jalen Phillips, who was the number one pick or was the number one recruit in that class. And Musso and I were like, I mean, I didn't know he had a good college career. He transferred from UCLA to Miami and then became a first round pick and is a really good player for the Dolphins right now. But anyway, but point is, we went through a whole bunch of 5 stars and it was like, look, they don't all work out. I mean, a lot of them was names you never even heard. But one of the things we learned is in that 2017 class, Stanford had a 5-star quarterback, a 5-star tight end, and 2 5-star offensive tackles. It was crazy. It was crazy. It's like, wait a minute, they had 4 5 stars in that class? How did they stink? Um, Carson McManus, Joseph Feltwell. Good morning, y'all. Randy Dabdoob, Tim Gotro, Joe Parker. Barry said nice mug. Yeah, man. Buddy Keith gave me that. So it's that's the diagram of the game-winning play in overtime against Alabama. And that's the other side. Down goes Bama, 2-point conversion, the score, all that stuff. So cheers. Cajun Country, Matt, your voice sounds so good. You should have your own radio show. RE20 mic. I told y'all like this. I told you this yesterday. So this mic is an RE20, and this is a broadcaster's mic. Literally every radio studio I've ever been in uses the RE20. So when I was doing my setup, I was like, of course I'm having an RE20. And mostly I would say because uh not only because it's the best microphone, but also um whenever I do record things here, I want a consistent sound because like there's going to be times where I record commercials and different stuff here that we're going to play on air. And so I just want a consistent sound too. It's why I bought this mic. And and the Rodecaster, we use Rodecasters as well, which is the audio board that I have. How about this one? I need to add some more things to this though. Display. 1 2 check 1 2 check 1 2 check. 1 2 check 1 2 check. So you can add sound effects. Let's see. 1 2 check 1 2 check 1 2 check 1 2 check. I am a small robot. This one says monster. It's the monster mode. I'm having way too much fun with this. Anyway. ATX, someone should clue Mikey Matuk on the RE20. I can shoot him a note. Or just tell him. Mikey's a great dude, man. I love Mikey. Known Mikey a long, long time. Good dude. One of the really, really good guys. Lowell Cormier, good morning. Christian, morning, Matt. I knew it was only a matter of time before you had a runner at the bottom of the screen. It's called a ticker, but yes. What's next? Special guest interviews, a name change before the review. Before the review. I don't think we're going to before the review. We'll stick with Morning Scone. But I'm learning what the software can do. So we'll probably have more. But thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Rick Manuel, what's going on? Looks and sounds fantastic. Thank you, Rick. Let's see. Cajun Country, I enjoyed watching Bama and Nate Oats get crushed by Auburn. Yeah, by the way, y'all, word is starting to spread a little bit. I think I told you that. I definitely mentioned it on AFR the other day, but some of the scuttle is that Nate Oats is going to end up he's going to end up at Michigan. So if Nate Oats leaves Alabama for Michigan, then the Bama job comes open, and Willie Wade to Bama would really, really sting. But I think there's at least a shot of that happening. It's not a prediction on either front, by the way. Okay? Are we very clear? This isn't a prediction. I'm not telling you it's happening. I'm just sharing what some of the ear to ground scuttle is. All right? Might explain why McNeese felt compelled to extend Will Wade right now, like they did this week. All right, let's see. Dale Broussard said, why the earpiece? So, Dale, it's always a good habit whenever you're when you're on a microphone to use an earpiece so that way you can hear the audio. Are you too close? Are you too far? Are you overmodulating? Especially when you have a soundboard because it's running through a mixer. So then I can tell like if the sound effects are the right levels or if something is or isn't playing as well. So like whenever I play the theme song to start, I wanted to be able to hear it. I couldn't hear it if I didn't have an earpiece in. So I have to have an earpiece running through the board. That's why when we're radio, we all wear headphones. we got to hear each other. We have to hear sounders coming through the board, liners. You want to hear yourself because you don't want to be too far away from the mic and then someone's right on the mic. And so there's a disparity in the levels. Anyway, Austin Kidder, cool new setup. The audio is noticeably better. Yeah, well, it should be. I mean, I have a studio microphone and a soundboard, processor and a mixer. It should sound way better than just me, talking from a distance at my phone. But thank you. Bubba Smith, Eric, let's see. There's an easy explanation for why signing day is almost completely shifted to the early signing period. Oh, is there? I've always accepted it. Don't really know why. Yeah, man. So the reason, by the way, the reason I favored an early signing period and always did was the February signing date could at times be sometimes you saw both athletes and schools get screwed. Let me give you an example. There was a kid from Denham Springs. He was a defensive lineman. I forget his name right now. But he was literally the first commit to LSU's class one year. God, I can't remember. Anyway, and he was committed to LSU for like 2 years. Decided not to take any visits. He was solidly committed to LSU. Just shut down his recruitment, was all LSU. Well, like a day or two before the February signing day, LSU was like, hey, man, we don't have a spot for you. And so this kid hadn't gone on his visits and other classes were full. I think he ended up at TCU. But anyway, so he was kind of screwed. If you'd had a December signing period at that point, and he wanted to sign in December, and LSU was like, let's hang on. Well, at least at that point, he knows, all right, they're not serious about me. I need to go take my visits and see what else is out there. But he missed that opportunity. Flip side is also true. I'll give you the example of Tosh Davis. So Tosh Davis was a guy, Tashiro Davis from North Louisiana, who everybody thought, he was the LSU guy, right? And on signing day, he flipped to Texas. And LSU then ended up short a linebacker in that class because they thought they had Tosh Davis. But he flipped. Well, they would have known that in December, right? Because he would have had an opportunity to sign. It basically makes you declare, like, are you serious about each other or not? Because if you are, sign in December. And if not, then you know. So I like the December signing period. And that's why guys sign. Because if you're committed and that's the place you want to go, make it official. Bob Poole, good morning. Y'all, please smash the like button if you're there on YouTube. Subscribe up to the channel. Facebook, please like the Matt Moscona page, share the post. Thanks for being here. As always, shout out to Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. Always appreciate our friends at Brock, man. They've been great, partners of ours here for so long. And if you need an orthopedist, they're just the best. I'll keep reminding you, the Brock clinics, there's 6 Brock clinics in all, including Tangipahoa there in Hammond. So all you folks over there in the Hammond area, remember, if you need an orthopedist, you got Brock. And, of course, Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. Boy, we had awful weather this week, and a big hail map actually on the I-12 corridor, Hammond, all the way to Mandeville, Covington. If you had hail, think you might have had hail, neighbors had hail, let us come take a look. Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. And, of course, Restored Motions and ProCharge, RestoredMotions.com and ProChargeEV.com. Drew's backpack is beeping. Let me go stop it, and I'll be let me stop his backpack. I'll be right back. How about this musical interlude? I'll be right back. Good timing, right? As it finished. Anyway. Okay, let's see, couple more. Hey Dad, good morning. Joey B19. Aggies pound their chest after being 12 and 13 the last 2 years. Yeah. Adam Parker, Tom Granig, Lowell. I'll be in Bossier shortly. Hoping Miss Sherry's still around at HUD. She is. That's Sherry Hudson, of course, from Jeff and Sherry Hudson of HUD Co. So she's very much still around. Jason Horn, kicks of the day. Going with the G Nikes, red with the gum bottom. I don't know if you could tell, but it's the anniversary edition. I don't know if you could see that in gold script right there, but anniversary edition. All right. Bruce Parker regarding NIL, elated. Austin Thomas is back. Debbie Jenkins, Silo, Morning Matt, early predictions. Who could be 18 this upcoming season? Josh Williams, running back. Would make sense, yeah. Off the top of my head. Matt Plavidal, what's going on? Jerry DeLucky, good morning. Haven't been on in a while. Nice setup, fancy. Good to see you, Jerry. Hope you're doing great, man. Jerry will be over at Don Juan on Sunday for the Super Bowl, man. So hope to see you. Yeah, or anybody wants to come by, man. T-Bob and I will be at Don Juan for the Super Bowl. Jason, let's see, Matt, is LSU going after big-time athletes like Shaq, Beckham, Burrow for the collective? Seems like some of the NFL LSU money could come home. Jason, it's a long answer to the question. And it needs and deserves context because I keep mentioning like LSU's lack of organization. Well, the organizational structure for the collective hasn't been in place really for 2 years, 2.5 years. And they're starting to get that together now. So, the short answer to your question is no, but the more complete answer is they're getting there with respect to everything with the collective. Let's see. I bet they get rid of celebrity guest picker. Nah, they're never doing that. Trivia Carter, thanks for the game coin help. You got it, man. Yeah. So there's Trivia was asking me for help on how to buy game coin, but there's a tutorial if you go to the game coin YouTube channel. They did a step-by-step video on how to buy for those that aren't familiar. Let's see. Finish strong. Want to see Saban pick LSU against Bama on game day with LSU as a heavy favorite. Saban's forced to make a hard decision. That would be funny. Oh, that would be really good. I wish I thought of that. Let's see, Mojo. What defensive tackles can the Tigers possibly sign within the next week? Again, it's not going to be high school prospects. Like they're going to bring in transfers. So, and I mean, it was expressed to me that Bo Davis has 1 or 2 already on the hook. So, whether it's now, whether it's the spring signing period, I don't know. I'm telling you candidly, I don't know, but they will add interior defensive linemen still. Michael Castello, what's up, man? My friend Michael. Oh, I gotta go. It's 8:00. Jerry picked up 1792 single barrel to go with the bottle and bond foolproof small batch. All right, Jerry. Look, you can see I got the 1792 right here. That's a row right there of 4 or 5 of them. They're the 12-year is their sort of allocated one, the one that's really hard to find. They're all pretty good, but I'll tell you, I think for me, the bottle and bond, the yellow label for me, I think is the best one. David Bass, morning, Matt. Playing in the snow on my way to work in Montana. Golly, be safe, man. Tyler McClendon, good morning, Uncle Scone. Um, Jerry, breaking news from the home offices of Scone. Y'all crazy. All right. I gotta go. I gotta go. Cage and Country 100 likes for Musso at the Box. Yeah, y'all please go subscribe up to Musso at the Box on YouTube. Um, Joshua Williams, I'd hate to see Jameis go. He's a prime example of what our culture is about. Yeah, I don't think he's sticking around though, man. It's hard to imagine that for another year. If he wants to stay here and be a backup, but it kind of feels like there might be a spot where he could land to go compete to be a starter, but we'll see. Hunter Broadhead, do you think Billy Napier could save his job since Florida had a top 10 class? I do not. I don't know with their schedule how they're going to be able to do anything of consequence. So if they end up going 6-6, 7-5 again, I think he's fired, which I think is going to happen. All right, Cliff. Yeah, man. Don Juan Sunday. We'll see you there, dude. So Ray said the music is choppy on YouTube. That's so weird. And I thought maybe it's because it was overmodulated, but what if I turn it down? Tell me if this is still choppy. Is that choppy? I'll go back and listen to it. I mean, I've got it so low, I don't know what else I could do. And I'm looking at the levels, it looks fine. See, yesterday I had it here. And that makes sense why it would have been choppy if it would have been modulated, but that should sound fine there. Anyway, all right, y'all, I got to go. This has been Morning Scone. Can't hear it. Weird. Okay. All right. Shout out to Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com. Smash that like button. Subscribe up to the channel if you're on YouTube, Facebook. Please like the Matt Moscona page, share the post. Have a great day. And LSU Daily is live with all of my signing day recap on your favorite podcast app. Please search LSU Daily and AFR3. Deuces.